Hi there and welcome to the Malat Cookery channel. So the recipe I'm going to be featuring today is a honey and mustard glazed ham. So this is a really simple recipe, absolutely ideal as a Sunday roast, which is what we're doing today, but it's also great at Christmas. As usual, a full list of ingredients will be given at the end of the video, so let's have a look at those ingredients now and anything else we're going to need for today. So the ingredients for today, I've got a ham which is just over 2 kilos in weight. I'm going to be using some light, soft brown sugar, some English mustard. I'm also going to be using some honey and some whole cloves. So our first job is to get rid of some of the salt which is in the ham, and the way to do that, and I've already done that here, is to place the ham in cold water and leave it to stand for an hour, and then what you'll see is the salt deposits on the top of the water, which you know that the salt is actually coming out of the ham. So once we've left it for an hour, which is what I've done here, I'm now going to pour this water out and replace it with some clean water. So once I replace that water, I've got the pan now over a high heat. I'm going to bring the pan up to a gentle simmer, and initially we're going to cook this ham on a gentle simmer for an hour and a half. So the cooking times I'm using for this is an hour's cooking time for each kilo that the ham weighs, and the ham weighs just over 2 kilos. So after an hour and a half's cooking, to take the joint out of the water, so it's going to be too hot to handle at the moment, so I'm going to cover this, leave it to rest for 10 minutes, and then I'll show you the next step. So once the joint is cool enough to be able to handle, next thing we need to do is take off either the string, if that's what you've got, or this elasticated netting. Just like that. And then we take a very sharp knife, and all I want to do now is we're just going to go underneath the skin and cut the skin off, but leave the fat layer behind. It's a fairly easy process. So all I'm doing, I know which way to do it. So I'm just peeling the skin back and just assisting it with the knife. Now you can either save the skin and use it for crackling, or just discard it. Personally, every time I make crackling, which is absolutely delicious, I'm the only one that seems to eat it, so I'm not going to do it in this case. So once we've got to this stage, we've got the fat layer remaining, we've taken the skin off. The next thing to do is we need to score the fat layer in a diamond shape, just to make it look nice and pretty, but that scoring also allows the coating we're going to put on the top to penetrate through to the actual meat itself. So what we want to do is score into the fat, but not through the meat. So our twins always seem to struggle when they do this, getting a good diamond pattern. So the way I show them how to do it is take a centre line, and then 45 degrees one way, and then 45 degrees the other way. So it meets at the bottom. And all I want to do with this line is every centimetre either side score, and then with this line every centimetre on this side score, and you will end up with a diamond pattern. So once we've got this diamond pattern, the next thing to do is to take some of the English mustard, place it in a bowl, and then cover both the fat and the front and the back of the ham joint with the mustard. Just make sure you push that mustard into these cuts within the fat layer. So if English mustard is a little bit strong for you, you can always choose French mustard. It's a lot milder. So once we've got the joint covered in the mustard, and you can see the diamond pattern now, it's a lot more pronounced. Take another bowl, and we want in there about 5 tablespoons of honey for this size of joint. And to the honey, we want to add 2 tablespoons of our soft brown sugar. And just get that well combined. Okay, so once that soft brown sugar is mixed into the honey, the thing we want to do is just give this joint a nice coating of this honey sugar mixture over the top. The other thing I've done is I've put the oven on, so I want to preheat the oven now to 180 degrees centigrade. Once that's up to temperature, the joint will go into that preheated oven for the remainder of the cooking time. Remember, we said it was going to be an hour per kilo cooking time, so we've done an hour and a half up to now simmering this joint in the pan. So we've now got roughly about half an hour in the oven. So get this coated on all sides as well. So that's looking amazing already, but the last job before it goes into the oven is take a bowl, place some cloves in the bowl. I'm not going to lie, this is a bit messy on the hands. So where we see this diamond pattern, right in the centre of the diamond, we just want to take a clove and just push that in, and we do that to every single diamond that's on the fat layer. So there you go, that's all the diamonds done. As I said, now into that preheated oven, 180 degrees centigrade for half an hour. Okay, so this is what we've got once it's all cooked. Just have a look at that. Looks amazing. I know for a fact it will taste amazing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave this to rest for about 15 minutes. Then I'll carve a couple of slices and show you what it looks like. So there you go, a really easy and delicious way to do a honey and mustard glazed ham. So as I said at the start of the video, we're going to be having that for Sunday dinner today, but there's so much of that ham that it's then going to last us at least another 2 or 3 days. We'll get at least another family meal out of it, which will probably be a salad and some sandwiches for lunch as well. Please subscribe to the channel, and as usual, if you've enjoyed this particular video, hit that like button. Thank you very much for watching.